So, hi everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of the Name Sisters. Can you believe that we've been doing this for a whole year? All of these faces you've seen every single month for a year, guys. You know what that is? Hashtag exciting. Our first episode debuted June 29th, 2014. It was our Namers Roundtable. It's been a great year, and I'm really excited, like all the people we've gotten to meet. So this month, we wanted to do something fun and special to commemorate the occasion. We talked about last month, if you remember, if you're a loyal watcher and you watched last month's video, you would have known that we talked about the Social Security Administration releasing the most popular baby names in the United States. And so it got us to thinking, why doesn't the Name Sisters have a top name list? I'll pause and you can squeal in excitement. Good. Because we squealed in excitement too. We were pretty excited about this. We've been working on it for the past couple of months, and Ren has had a huge hand in that. So thank you, Ren. And so we're very excited. Hashtag exciting, there's my favorite word again, to debut our top name list. And it's not top 10 and it's not a top 20, it's a top odd number. And you should be thankful that we have even a top, because it was a lot harder than we thought. There's no way we could come up with 10 or 20 officially. So this is the list. And what's exciting is everybody here knows the names, but they don't know where they've actually ranked. So what we did is we just chatted about all of our favorite names, and then all the ones that were the same or most of us liked, we put on a spreadsheet, and we went through and voted. And so not all of the names are names that all six of us love, but it's all six of us love to some of us love.
It was quite a process to get there, where there was a list of probably like 200 names for boys and 200 names for girls, and we're all putting stars beside them and then asterisks, and then it was an interesting process.
I know, it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Because I'm like, we talk about names all the time. We can come up with 10 names for boys and girls that we all agree on in a cinch. Well, it turns out we are a lot more diverse than we thought. These are the names that we all really like, love, agree on. And so I'm so super duper excited to debut. And what I'll do is I'll talk about this. We'll talk about this in this episode. And then in the next few days, we'll publish the list on our website so you can go see and get all googly-eyed over it like I am. So this is the list. Are you ready, guys? Should I do girls first or boys first?
Boys.
Boys.
Now you can see why this naming sheet was so hard.
Let's do boys.
Okay. Alright, so the number one boys' names is actually a tie. It's Atlas and Gideon.
Yeah.
Gideon are the tops. Now those two names had 5 votes each. The top girl name had 6 votes. But this one only had 5. So number 1 are Atlas and Gideon. Number 2, Caspian. Number 3 is another tie of Casper and Atticus. Number 4, Cove and Callahan. Number 5, Callum. Number 6, Finnegan. Number 7, Knox. Number 8, Finch. Number 9, Jameson. Number 10, Winston and Theron. Number 11, Declan. 12, Everest. 13, Jack. 14, Tiernan. 15, Kai. 16, Everett and Moses. 17, Alder and Conan. 18, Abraham, and 19, Vincent. Those are some pretty awesome names. My dad noticed something because, guys, I had my dad come down to visit and do the boys list for me because he's a math teacher. True story. So he came to me and he said something interesting. You guys like C and A sounds because most of the top 5 are all C A names.
I have tons of C and boy C and A names in my top 100. Tons of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was awesome. These are really nature names and C names like are predominant on the boys list. I thought that was really cool. And for the girls, a miracle happened, guys. On 2 names, all 6 of us voted, liked them. Miracles. Hashtag exciting miracles. So,
I want to know what they are.
You do?
I really do. I want to know what they are.
Oh, so the number 1 girl names is a tie between Clementine and Elwyn.
Oh, I love those names. My cousin just had a Clementine in the last couple of weeks. Clementine's.
What was the second one?
Elwyn.
Oh, okay.
So those are the 2 names like all 6 of us say we love.
Yeah, literally those 2 names out of every boys and girls, those are the only 2 names we love. So if you guys out there watching this want to name your child something all of us love, you just have to have 2 girls. Because that's it.
It's a cake.
Yeah. Number 2 is another tie between Cordelia and Matilda. 3 is Pearl. Number 4 is Theodora or Theodora and Winter and Felicity. So it's actually a 3-way tie there.
I love all those names.
I say Theodora. What do you guys say?
I say Theodora.
Because I like Thea as a nickname.
What did you say?
Sorry, go ahead.
What was Ruby saying?
I don't remember.
How do you say it? It's a name you know you've been crushing on.
Oh, I say Theodora.
Yeah, I say Theodora.
Number 5 is Alice. Number 6 is Magnolia. 7 is Evelina. 8 is Eliza. 9 is Wilhelmina. 10 is Elspeth. 11 is Vivian. 12 is a tie between Ariadne and Keturah. 13 is a tie between Antonia and Temperance, which, by the way, would make amazing sisters.
Antonia and Temperance?
Yeah.
14 is a tie between Arianwen and Lavinia. 15 is Belle. 16 is Nicolette. And 17 is a tie between Tabitha and Carenza. Guys, we like some pretty awesome names. I'm just saying, I wish the top list looked more like this.
Yeah.
I know, because I don't want people to use those names. I love them so much.
Maybe next year we will not be wanting to go through this again, but we'll just say this is a 2015, which is more updated than the Social Security Administration just saying name sisters top favorite names. Booyah.
I think that it's a really great resource if you're looking for a name that is not necessarily popular. Some of these names are really classic. Some of them are very very fresh sounding. Some of them are biblical. Some of them are nature names. They're all just names that are kind of suited to our personalities. So if you like one of our styles or some of our styles, like multiple, if you like multiple different styles of ours, I think this is a great resource to look at and say, wow, I never heard that name before, or maybe I hadn't thought of that name before, and to just take a look at it and see if you can get inspired by it.
Well, I mean, I can almost guarantee every single one of us has been asked, what are your favorite names? What names would you suggest for me? What do you think are some good names, you know? And so people can just look at that list then and know what we tell them pretty much for the most part.
What I love about this list is how diverse it is. Like, I just can't stop looking at it. It's such a beautiful list of names. And names that I never would have dreamed of putting together on a list. That's the beauty of it. I love how special this list is because it's a collaboration of all 6 of us with names that mean a lot to us that we talk about all the time.
I think it's interesting to see where our tastes overlap, because we do have like some names in common, some of our styles are very different. But I was telling Amelia earlier that some of these names on the list, like, I would never consider, but I think every single one of them I can see the appeal of, or like I would recommend them, like the ones that I ranked as my bottom name when we were trying to put them in order. I would still be jazzed to meet a kid with that name. So
Yeah, exactly. Even the ones that I might not be as much in love with as some of the others, I still think that they're all wonderful names, because I think all of you guys have great style and your name choices, and so even the ones that maybe aren't my favorites, I still would consider to be really great names.
Yeah. I feel like we've been in the community long enough that probably, I think like what Megan was saying, each one of us have probably recommended at least one of these names, not all these names, to somebody at some point.
So what were the two names that we both liked, or that we all liked?
Clementine and Elowin.
That's interesting. I think, is Clementine in the top 1,000 right now?
It just entered in 2014.
It just entered in 2014. So that's interesting. And I know Elowin is not in the top 1,000 right now, Megan, is it?
No, Ren had an awesome idea, which I'm going to be publishing with the list. We have the actual rank of where they are in the Social Security Administration. Because Ren is super smart. Clementine is at number 943, and Elowin is not ranked at all.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Through like word of mouth and different groups I'm in and stuff, I've seen at least 3 little ones named Elowin in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, these aren't going to be people I'd run into like at the store, I just happen to come across them. But I mean, so it's like at least it's being noticed, I don't, I kind of assumed Elowin was a name that people outside of like the naming community didn't know about, and it is. So that's wonderful, I think.
Yeah. A woman who won a giveaway I had on my channel recently, her daughters are Rosamond and Elowin.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so beautiful, and she's pregnant with a little boy right now, so it'll be interesting to see what name she chooses for him. So yeah, I have heard of it being used, and I love that. I think it's either a Welsh or a Cornish name, so
Cornish, yeah.
It has some really interesting history there.
And isn't it actually a word?
Yeah, I think it means elm tree. Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm noticing a lot of like British sort of influence in a lot of those names, like with Matilda. Like, I know that's a name that's really popular in Australia, actually, and then Theodora, I'm pretty sure would be more popular in the UK than it is here, and Alice definitely is as well. Where is Alice on the charts in the US right now?
Number 97.
Yeah.
Number what?
Number 97.
Wow. So it's just inside the top 100.
I do know a couple of people named Alice. It doesn't surprise me that it's popular. Yeah. That's a good name, though.
Yeah, it really is. There's the Alice in Wonderland Association. That would be so cute to have a little girl named Alice and then do her nursery with an Alice in Wonderland theme.
It would be so
when I first joined the naming community like 5 years ago, Alice Rosamond was one of my top combinations.
That's pretty.
That we both talked about those names.
A lot of those names are kind of have an old-fashioned or vintage feel.
I think you can see kind of a literary influence too in our favorites.
I think that when you look at this list, you can kind of see where each one of us contributed a name to. You can kind of look at a name and be like, oh, that reminds me of Reedy, or that reminds me of Megan. That's when I was like going through the list, I'd be like, oh, I definitely know who suggested that name.
Yeah.
Cordelia, Matilda, Megan.
Those are both in my top 10.
That's awesome. I love that. Cordelia is in my top 25, I think. I can't get Ronnie to like it, of course, but he doesn't like it.
It probably won't happen for me either, but I still love it.
I do kind of find Gideon an interesting choice that all of us kind of,
I know.
most of us like that one.
It feels a little bit modern to me, and there's a lot of names like in the top 100 that are similar, like Julian and Adrian and Damien. So I can understand a little bit, but because I don't know that any of them have ever met anybody named Gideon, that is kind of surprising there.
Yeah. It's a really cool name. I love G names for boys. I just love G names for boys. I could probably name an entire family with just G names because I love them so much.
Something interesting that I just realized. Do you know how many names we have on our list that are not ranked in the top 1,000? 22 names.
Wow.
On the girls' list, there are 12. And on the boys' list, there are 10
Wow.
that aren't ranked. That's crazy.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I don't know, I was just watching our first video the other day, and if you watch that video compared to this, we've definitely improved, we've come a long way, and I think we just like put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, that's the thing is, I mean, we publish 20, 25 minutes of footage every month, but there are literally hours and hours and hours behind each episode. There are probably 15 hours just put into this episode because we love names. That's why we do this. And so, you know, I know some of you guys get anxiously waiting for us for our new episodes to come out. But just know, you know, we are working a lot behind the scenes. A lot goes behind these episodes, and we just appreciate all of you watching and for being with us and growing with us this last year. Some of you were with us in the beginning, and some of you are just joining us now. But it has just been so amazing. When we started, we didn't know how long this was going to last, and now it's, you know, we've done this for a whole entire year. So we just appreciate you guys, and we look forward to whatever this next year brings. So thanks, and we'll talk to you later.